So we start every brew day with cleaning. We scrub the fermenter and kettle and wash all the small pieces in warm water with sanitizer. We also clean the kitchen from top to bottom just to minimize the risk of anything foreign falling into the kettle or fermenter. It takes a while, it's probably 30 or 40 minutes. It's not exactly an inspiring process, but I think it's better than waiting 3 or 4 weeks to find out that your brew is contaminated. After cleaning, we swap the tap piece and fit the hose. This helps us to fill the kettle and later on to cool the wort down. For the mash stage, we're adding 20 litres of water and heating it to 65 degrees. While we wait for the kettle to heat up, we weigh and mill the grain. It's probably our favourite part. It smells nice, tastes nice, and it's kind of satisfying.
No, God!
For this recipe, I'm keeping the grain bill nice and simple. Some pale malt, some flaked oats, and some carapils. So it'll take about 5 minutes with a hand mill to get through all of the grain. It's pretty straightforward. Once the malt is milled, we add the flaked oats and a few handfuls of rice hulls. Rice hulls help the liquid flow through the mash. When the water reaches 65 degrees, we start to add the grain. Some people will go a little bit higher with their temperatures to account for the cold mash hitting the warm water. I've never noticed a difference personally, so I just choose a temperature and leave it at that. It's a good idea to add the grain in gradually and to mix it thoroughly. This should prevent any dough balls from forming. Now we're into the mash stage. For the next 60 minutes, the kettle is going to circulate the liquid, and that will slowly extract all of the sugars and proteins out of the grain. During the mash, we weigh up the 3 hops additions and store them in the freezer to keep them fresh. For this recipe, I will be using Cascade and Mosaic as flavouring hops and Warrior as a bittering hops. For this recipe, we're going to be sparging with 12 litres of water at 70 degrees. Sparging is like a final rinse to get any sugars out of the mash bed. As the kettle comes to a boil, we'll add a couple of drops of anti-foam, and we'll also add our first hops addition. This hops focuses on bittering. After 45 minutes, we add our second hops addition. We add a Whirlfloc tablet, which helps with clarity. And we'll also throw in the water cooler just to give it a few minutes to boil and sterilize. After the 60-minute boil, we let it cool down to somewhere between 70 and 80 degrees. We do this because we want to add some more hops at that temperature to maximize flavoring. This hops addition will sit for about 20 minutes. While that's happening, we'll rehydrate some ale yeast in some sanitized water. That turning of the tap really signifies the end of the brew day for me. It's kind of cool to see the beer flowing into the fermenter. Of course, it's a couple of weeks away from being fermented and then another couple of weeks away from being bottled properly. But it's the end of a few hours of hard work to get a nice beer out, and it's what makes homebrewing enjoyable.